Round 2. Holy crap.
Now the microphone is on.
Oh, we just did like 5 minutes of this and then it didn't work. It's my turn to go first. We already covered that. All these things we already covered.
But we have to start over.
You can do the new intro.
Oh.
Or, I mean, you can do the,
I don't know.
the cool thing. Clap's boring.
It's not.
Now it's going to be a clap. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Signal Fire Friday special called The Matchbook. We're your cool hosts. I'm Tyler and she's Sarah. We already did the intro, but then we forgot to have the microphone be on.
And it's not like we have lines, so
we
we
can't
can't
lines.
just remember what we were saying.
Yeah, we're not like YouTube couples who script everything.
We would be shit at that.
I said last time, though, apologies that last week's went out late. My headache got really bad. Then I said that the oxygen was not always successful. It did let me record, but then I got really sick. So it went out late last week. Apologies. This one will not go out late. You'll be watching it right on time. What you've missed since is one of Sarah's last week's shares was that she started her own micro bakery. And since then, we were just saying that she has already sold like 18 or 19 loaves of bread, brownie bites, cookies. She got a special order. It's so fun. It's gone amazing. So if you or anyone you know in this area, in the Helena area for now, because we can't really ship it. If you know anybody that needs and wants the most delicious bread on earth, send her this way. Yeah, it's Friday. It's a matchbook. We should do it.
All right.
Because she's got to get back to baking because she does, in fact, have a special order.
More things I need to bake today.
And, yeah. All right. I'll go first. Okay. This might be a quicker one today. We'll see.
Because I have a lot of shit to do.
She does have a lot of shit to do. And so do I.
Yeah.
Number 1. It's an article.
Is it?
It says, 20 brutal truths to help you get your shit together.
Oh,
so,
I need that.
I've been thinking a lot about stuff lately, and I feel like a big part of a problem that's happening with our world right now is that, like, and I'm going to touch back on this later, is that everything is just too sugar-coated too often, and that sometimes it needs to be a little more Buddhist in that, like, the first noble truth of Buddhism is that life is suffering. Everyone thinks it's negative. It's not. It's just true. And so this article is actually kind of amazing because it's 20 brutal truths that really do, if you just study them and look at them and realize, instead of being a negative thing, it really does kind of help you just get your crap together and be like, okay, I can do this. And so I saved 2. It's a really great article. There are 20 of them. It's short. Each one, I mean, it doesn't go into super detail. If there are things you want elaborating on, reach out to me because a lot of these are they feel Buddhist based.
Okay.
But 2 that I wanted to share just to give you a flavor.
Okay.
Number 1, your comfort zone is your growth barrier.
Ooh.
And that's such a good one. And I
is.
thought of you on this. You've always been amazing at the things you do, but you never trust yourself and you keep yourself for a long time, you keep yourself in that little comfort zone because you're just like, no, it's okay. I'll just make it this way because this is how I know how to do it. And I don't need to get any more than this or change this or whatever. And I think for a long time that has prevented you from stepping into bigger things. And even with this little bakery, I have loved watching you change things and try things and say yes to things that before you'd been like, no, that's too much. And I mean, today's a perfect example. You have to bake multiple things of cookies, 8 loaves of bread, all by tomorrow afternoon, but you've got it. And so that's a good one to remember.
Okay. I love that. I like how simple and
it goes into a little bit more detail.
I know, but I like that says enough.
Yeah, you can't grow without it.
Yeah.
And then number 2, happiness too is a fleeting state. Because I think people always think that, happiness is this thing that everybody's searching for and that they sacrifice everything to try to get, forgetting that even when you do get that, it's not going to be forever. So you have to just roll with the good, roll with the bad. It's not going to be bad forever. It's not going to be good forever. And so celebrate it when it is and don't dwell when it isn't.
Oh,
so
I love it.
Yeah, there's 18 more.
Okay.
But I won't get into them.
Okay, my first one was a gift that you gave
Oh,
me.
my days.
Tartine bread cookbook. Okay, so since last week when I turned in my cottage kitchen license and decided I was going to start this, I have become completely obsessed with baking bread and getting better. Like, I dream about it. That's all I think about all the time. And I just keep thinking like, oh, if I tweak this, then maybe this will happen. And Kitty, who wrote Bread Song, which is the cookbook that really made me want to start getting back into it again. This is the cookbook that got her into bread making. So Tyler got it for me.
Well, and then also, didn't Claudette
sourdough.
just suggest this too?
Yes. Yeah. And Claudette, this was the first book that she recommended.
Claudette, who, if you're not following already, is an unbelievable chef and also has a Substack.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll link to Claudette's Substack. If you're not following right now, you should be.
Yes.
And if you're watching, come visit us in Montana. We love you a lot.
So yeah, this has a bunch of sourdough recipes
and
in
it's
it
the
and bread
coolest
recipes, and
feeling.
It's beautiful.
It feels like a pillow.
It feels like puffy pants.
Yeah, why is there air in it or something?
I don't know. I love it, but like the photos in it too
they're so
are just
gorgeous,
and they're not just food and bread. The photos.
Yeah,
I mean most of them are.
No, but there's I saw one of a guy surfing, which that immediately hooked me.
There was one of like the French countryside. It's just beautiful.
It is.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love it.
Well,
I'm so excited.
You need the best tools to make the best product.
That.
Whoa, is that Ireland?
Look at that.
No, that's gotta be France. No, that's gotta be France.
Yeah,
that looks like what we drove through.
I think it's France.
Or it's Point Reyes, the seashore. All right, good one.
Yeah.
My number 2 is a thanks to Ash. He's one who sent me this, and it came at a perfect time. It's an album, and it's called Slow Meadow. That's the album, and the band is also called Slow Meadow.
Oh.
So it's self-titled. It is music that you could nap to, meditate to, sleep to, read to, write to, work to. Because I've been finding lately that a lot of our music, I just get really irritated when there's lyrics. Like I can't write really when there's lyrics. I have a whole playlist called To Write, and I put all of this on it. More and more though, I'm finding that I get irritated and I end up skipping more than I don't.
Yeah.
And so when I put on something like this, you don't ever have to skip. It just plays and it is so gorgeous. And so the album's linked. I'll play it for you when we're done.
Okay.
But it's called Slow Meadow, and it's just so beautiful, and I really needed it. And it's like Ash knew that I needed it, so he sent it at the right time.
Well, Ash.
So that was a quickie, but
good.
Whatever.
Okay. So my next one is an article, sort of, top 10 scenic walks in Northern Ireland.
Oh.
So we're shooting a wedding in June in Ireland, and we have the one part that we have not been to is Northern Ireland. So we're going to do an abbreviated...
We've been to part of Northern Ireland, but not stopping long.
Right. It's an abbreviated trip, but we'll get to see like some of the major sites. But I have added a few things to our list.
All right. Is one of them a dire wolf?
No, but we should probably do that too.
I'm going to reach out to them.
If we have time. But first, there's one thing that we have to do, and you're just going to have to be brave.
Okay.
It's a 40-minute ferry.
Easy.
To Rathlin Island.
Oh, I saw that.
To see puffins. There's a puffin bus that takes you to the puffins in the summertime, and that's when we're going.
Oh my God, we're doing it.
It's a 40-minute ferry from Bally.
But wait, do you have to take your car?
Something.
Is it a car ferry or a people ferry?
I think you could do just people, because then you could just take the bus, or you could do car. I don't know. We'll have to look more into it.
Okay.
Rathlin Island.
Done. We're on
There's also the inspiration for Narnia. Not on that island. This is all Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Where's that?
That's just south of where we're staying. So between there and the airport.
Oh, so like in the Mourne Mountains?
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one more thing, if we have time, in Belfast, there's kind of an Arthur's Seat, but in Belfast.
Oh.
So we could hike to the top, and you look out over Belfast and you can actually see to the Isle of Mull from the top if it's a clear day. Yeah.
All right, all of them in.
Yep. Those are
Perfect.
fun things to do.
Oh, I love that. Rathlin Island. All right.
I'm so excited.
40-minute ferry's easy. I thought you were going to say it was like an overnight ferry.
No,
and
but
no
just to
way.
see puffins, I would die.
I know. Well,
They're my
we've seen
favorite.
puffins, but not that
No,
close.
but that.
Can you can you get super close?
Well, I don't know.
Oh my
but
God.
even close enough to see them with my
Yeah, with your naked eyes.
naked eyes instead of zoomed in.
Totally.
Oh, I would die.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 3. I read a really sad article to Sarah yesterday, which is probably why I got a migraine. This isn't what I'm sharing. It was in the Atlantic, and it was basically
What's not what you're sharing?
the article. No.
Oh.
The article I read to Sarah yesterday was in the Atlantic, and it was about phone-based childhoods, and what it's doing. And it's
Really sad.
every single thing that is in there is an indisputable thing because they link to the stats and the studies and everything. And it's just really sad what is happening to childhood in America and the rest of the world, everywhere, now that mobile phones and smartphones and iPads are just part of every kid's life from such a immediate time. It makes me really sad. So my number 3 is this little photo essay I found called Teenagers at Home in the 80s and 90s.
Oh.
And it's a whole series of photographs.
Photos?
I'll show
Oh
you
my
all.
God.
And it's in kids' homes and bedrooms going all the way back to the 80s, like when hair metal was big, all the way through the 90s when people are playing like Nintendo in their rooms and stuff.
Oh.
And the funny thing is like there's not a single phone in any of them,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
And just the different ways that like kids entertain themselves. But the thing that was most stunning and staggering to me, and this is something I just wrote about a couple weeks ago, the Stanley Cup Taylor Swift essay. The thing that I was most surprised and impressed with that I think the internet is killing is uniqueness.
Oh, totally.
Because when you go through these photos, everybody looked different. They look like the people they were with, but from each other, everybody looked different.
And like their bedrooms,
Yes,
I'm sure all
everyone had different
Like,
music. Everyone had different
I had
posters.
tree frog wallpaper.
Totally. And like some people were wearing hot pink eyeliner. Some people were wearing
Yeah.
hair metal. Some people were wearing Wranglers. But
Yeah.
everyone had the ability to look different. Now I feel like everything is just met in the middle and everything's just kind of the same.
Yep.
And so seeing these photos of teenagers at home,
Oh.
if you're older, you'll recognize this. If you're younger, this is what
Try
it
and
could
emulate
be
it.
and should be again. So yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
I wish I had some printed that I could show people, but I'll pop
Yeah.
up the 3 I saved
Oh, that's
whilst I'm
amazing.
talking.
I
They'll
just
be-
the whole time you were talking about that, I was just picturing my bedroom growing up, and like, oh God, I loved.
Well, I
it.
mean, that's a
loved
perfect
my
example.
bedroom.
Like when I was a teenager, I had quotes from Thoreau
Yeah.
and Emerson.
Yeah, you were weird.
And I had them printed on my wall, and then I highlighted the outlines in highlighter so that when a black light was on, you could still read the highlights. But that was
Yeah.
okay to be like that,
Yeah.
even though nobody else wanted quote. Like all my friends had Sports Illustrated pictures,
Yeah.
and I had like Emerson and Thoreau and like, Shakespeare. But it's
That's
just, but I
amazing.
feel like that's gone away a lot, and
Yeah.
everything is just the same now. Every kid dresses the same, and that's okay, But it's also, it's sad.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 3 is a recipe, obviously, and it's the one I'm about to make in a few minutes. As soon as this is done, I'm making it. Brown butter chocolate chip cookies. This is from Sarah Kiefer, and I really love her cookie recipes. I tweak it a little bit because I tweak all my recipes. But even if you don't tweak it, this recipe is
What is your biggest
amazing.
tweak? Lowering the sugar.
Lowering the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also changed the chocolate a little bit. I do a mixture
part
of
dark,
semi-sweet,
part
bittersweet, and dark.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Brown
but
butter chocolate
these
chips.
are delicious.
They are good. I can't eat chocolate anymore, but
I will make you snickerdoodles next
I know. But
time.
you're gonna make me? She's gonna make me one that's just the dough without the chocolate chips, and I think
that's gonna be
it's
good.
gonna be delicious.
I will
Because
try.
my favorite part of the cookie has always been the cookie,
cookie.
not the chips. I hate chocolate chips.
Okay.
All right. We're rolling today. Sorry
are.
this was quick, but like we said, Sarah's got stuff to do.
I do. Things
Uh,
to bake.
Number 4. It's a video.
Okay.
I alluded to it in a conversation with you a bit ago, but you haven't watched it yet. How the Dutch solved street design.
Oh,
So America is a very car-centric society, which is ridiculous. And pedestrians don't matter, bikers don't matter, like shopping doesn't matter. Everything is designed around the car, which is insane. So it used to be that way too in the Netherlands. And then the Dutch were like, there's got to be a better way. And so they completely, and this takes massive coordination and like,
money.
well, not actually, not really.
Oh.
Like what they did, no. I mean, yes, it does. But
Is
like,
this the one thing where you slid the thing and showed me? Like what a street
Yeah.
looked like if...
yes, I think so.
Okay.
So anyway, this video shows the way they have all of their streets set up and what it has done for safety and for shopping and for everything. It's insane. And it just makes you wish that, and we could do
Yeah.
this here.
Yeah.
But when you watch it, you're just going to be like, add it to the
Irritated.
list of other, more things that that aren't hard,
Right.
that would improve everybody's quality of life
And it
significantly.
just takes a little bit of thought.
And they just won't do it. They just will not do
Well,
it.
because if it's any amount of money, even if
Well, but the problem is like to put in new roads
right,
are so expensive, and
Yeah.
if they're doing it anyway,
why not do it in an
well, and it would
intentional
actually
way?
cost less the way the Dutch do it because a lot of the road isn't designed for the driver; it's for the walker and the
Yeah,
biker.
But people are lazy.
I know, but anyway, it's a beautiful video, and I will share it.
Okay, wonderful. Good job. What? Oh,
I spilled on myself.
um,
I spilled on myself.
my next one
Okay.
is
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. The tea we're drinking.
Oh, is it behind us? I can get it.
Yes.
Also, while I'm getting that, I'm also going to brag for you.
Oh. Okay.
Look at this loaf that Sarah made. I don't know if it's going to highlight on it, but whatever. Look at this thing. Look at the, what's it called? Ear.
I was really proud of that ear.
Here's your tea.
Okay. This tea is from Jeeves and Jericho. And this is Mojito Mint. And it is delicious and really pretty because
is.
inside of it there are lime tree blossoms, marigold blossoms, cornflower blossoms, and safflower blossoms. And it's delicious and caffeine free.
And where was the first place we drank that?
In Kilkenny.
That's
Ireland.
right. It is.
Yeah.
It is so good.
And the lady was so sweet at the shop because Tyler had it and he was like, oh my God, that is delicious. And he can't drink or eat anything. So when
Yeah.
there's something that he likes, I just want to buy it all
Yeah.
for him, which is why we have this giant bag. But she was so sweet and she said, oh, well, here, I don't sell it, but I'll just scoop
Give
it
you a
into a
little
bag,
bag.
and just give it to you.
She was really sweet. What
So
was the
then I
name of that
ordered it
place?
online and it was way
I
expensive.
know. What was the name of that place?
The coffee place.
Yeah, we'll
I
have to
don't
look it up.
remember. Yeah, it was sweet.
My last one, I was thinking you were going to say, but I'm just
I
going to say.
know. I thought you were gonna say it, that's why I didn't.
I know. That's why I did this time.
Okay.
We're watching a new show slowly at night because there's so much baking happening and we have to pause every 8 minutes for some baking function. We're watching True Detective Night Country, and holy buckets. So far, I am loving it and I'm into it. And Jodie Foster's amazing. And it is creepy.
She's scratching again.
It's creepy and it's fun, and it takes place in Ennis, Alaska, which is not a real place as far as I think.
Is it?
I don't think that's a
not?
real town. I
Oh.
think it's supposed to be like Barrow, maybe.
God, I don't want to live there. Wherever
I
it
think
is.
they filmed it in Iceland, though.
Oh.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it is so creepy, and I have a bad feeling. We'll have to touch back on this when we finish it next week. I have a bad feeling they're going to do the thing where they don't resolve anything.
Yeah.
And I hope they do, but I have a feeling they're not. And I'm just going to be like,
How many more episodes do we have?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's actually kind of fun music in this, too.
It's really fun.
I've been Shazamming a lot of songs. Yeah, that's my number 5.
Oh, that's awesome. I have one little update on mine. The book that I said, I just started, so I'm not quite sure. The First Bright Thing is amazing still. I love it.
Good.
It is. It has like a little bit of everything you could ever want in an escape book, like circus and time
love.
travel and love and war and all kinds of crazy things. And I really love it so far. So
Good.
I'm still not very far because I'm so tired from baking that
You definitely are.
I don't read very much.
That's awesome. Is that it?
That is it.
That's all we've got, guys and gals and non-described. The retreats. We had some feedback on the retreats. We want more feedback on the retreats. I think the thing that we kind of need to know is what kind of price people would be comfortable with, because we're poor. We have to make it worth our while, like time-wise, because it's going to be a major investment in time before, during it.
Yeah.
And probably after it, too.
I will bake all the cookies.
She will. So let us know kind of what, we haven't done this before. Let us know what you think is kind of fair for a 4-day, 3-night thing. I'm guessing lodging will not be included, so
unless you would prefer that it was, and
then we could
like
roll
wrap
that
it
in. Yeah. And so let us know both of those things if you are interested.
All right.
That's all we got. We
I'm
love
gonna
you a
go
lot,
bake.
and we will be back next Friday to tell you more things.
Happy weekend.
I love you a lot. Cool. See ya. Oh my gosh.
Okay.